Hey, Jim Ventura here, your professional astrologer and navigational consultant. Thanks for joining me here. This is part two of our Safe Universe. If you didn't catch last month's episode, you can always go back and catch up, but not required to understand what we would talk about in this one. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about is the concept of living in a safe universe. And there's a lot of different angles to kind of address that, the way of getting there. What I want to talk about today is using the angelic realm. If you're a religious person in some degree, you probably have some familiarity with the concept of angels. I was raised Catholic, went to Catholic school, moved away from Catholicism, in my early teens as I began to study metaphysics. But I would point out, and this is important, some of my followers or of my YouTube and my column are still very Christian, and you can incorporate Christianity with metaphysical spiritual themes. They're not separate entities. Anyway, so when I initially came across the concept of angels, it was through angel cards. Doreen Virtue is a famous author who created the angel cards and has a whole bunch of different sets of them, a number of books about this subject. And I was in maybe my mid-20s when I first encountered this, and I was a little hesitant because, again, some kind of hang-ups of old religious themes and some of the damage that had done to me emotionally and psychologically, even though it had some good influences too. Point this out. So I was a little hesitant. But I went through a very, very difficult breakup, and I was in a bookstore, and I pulled an angel card from a deck that was open, and it was so profound, and it kind of made me like cry in the store because it was so hit so deep in a way that I needed to hear. And so yeah, I was hooked. Bought a deck and have worked with them ever since. And a lot of progress in that. You don't have to get 100% literal about this. To me, your angels are another form of spirit guides or helpers. Doreen Virtue and other authors who talk about angels obviously name them, and that can be cool. Or you can just again see it as parts of your higher self, of your intuition. None of that matters. I think in their own way, it is another layer of reality and helpers and guides that are there for us if we are willing to access them. So how does this all tie in with the whole safe universe thing? Okay, so yeah, when you feel like you got an angel on your shoulder, when you feel like you have angel guides to help you, you will tend to feel more safe in the world. We're bombarded, especially in this day and age, with endless messages of what to be afraid of and what to be fearful of, not to mention our personal experiences that can create phobia. But now you're going the COVID-19 is going to get you if you're not vaccinated. You're going to get sick if you are vaccinated. You're evil if you're vaccinated. You're not evil if you're unvaccinated. I mean, everywhere you turn, someone's yelling at you about what's going to get you or what you are, and what I mean. So it's just, to me, it's all heightened fear, and put society's fears to the side. Anytime you go through any type of difficulty, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you can get phobic. In fact, theoretically, people with strong Virgo in their natal charts, as well as left-handed people, tend to be more prone to post-traumatic stress disorder, and I can attest to that. When you go through a difficulty. Years ago, I had a car accident where a woman kind of was talking on her phone, sipping a coffee, and she blew through her stop sign and just ran into my car. I kind of almost saw it happen in slow motion, and it did total my car. And so honestly, like for a good year, every time I'd pass by a stop sign, like I would just think that whatever idiot is there, I have to be wary of whether they were going to jump through the stop sign. You know what I mean? On a practical level, if that happens, the mathematical probability of it happening again are actually probably lower. So that's something good to focus on. But that doesn't affect the emotional body. It can take a while to feel safe again. So trusting in my angels and my guides in that way was a big help. At one point after that accident, this is some years ago, I remember pulling an angel card because I was stressing about not feeling safe from one of the Doreen Virtue decks, and This angel message came up. The angel's name is Zana, and again, I want to really make sure Doreen Virtue is getting credit for these cards for copyright purposes as well, and just acknowledging this. And let me read you this message because this is an interesting take. Putting on my glasses here, she says, Zana says, "You are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and to feel safe. No matter what has happened to you in your past, your present and future are now safely protected by angels. I'm helping you to heal from past upsets or trauma. I'm helping to heal your heart of worry or fear. I'm here to help you release any self-sabotaging thoughts or behaviors. I'm here, in other words, to help you enjoy a renewed sense of safety and peace of mind. The other angels and I stand guard around you, your home, your friends, your vehicles, and your workplace. You can rest assured that no energies can permeate our protected fields. You only allow the energy of love to enter wherever you or your loved ones reside. All expressions of fear are transmuted back to the field of illusions from whence they came. God of the angels asks that you relax and enjoy yourself. Your happiness brings a smile to heaven." Okay, so yeah, obviously, beautiful message, and one that really was well received by me, again, when I had gone through that process. So I do suggest a lot to my clients and through reading that it's good to kind of lean on your angels to ask their advice, to ask for their guidance. It doesn't take away your practical self. Again, I joke about this before. If you ask your angels to protect you and you walk across the railroad tracks in front of a train, you're probably going to get hit by the train. You don't want to be an idiot here. You know what I mean? But there is a sense of renewed safety when you feel you have guides and protectors to help you. So, whether it's true, and I believe to some extent it is, that these helpers are there, or you believe it is, if it makes you feel safer and more confident and protected, it's good for you. And you'll likely listen to your intuition. You'll make wiser decisions, and you can be helped in this way. The angelic realm is a beautiful thing to tap into. Even when you're angry at someone or upset, there can be wisdom in taking the angel road of praying for their health and their happiness, as opposed to focusing more on negative thoughts. Quick story that I always like to share. I wrote about this in my column a while back. I was once at a party, when I was in my maybe early 40s, and I was single at the time, and I felt very lonely because it's a good party, and all my friends were in their 40s or 30s and running around. Their kids were running around, their little kids, and there was a lot of couples, and I was really became painfully aware of that I was single and I was alone, and just sitting there by myself, not talking to anybody at the moment, and my friend's maybe 4-year-old daughter, who I know fairly well, just walked up to me and handed me a white feather and said, "Uncle Jim, they told me to give you this." And then she ran off. Now this is really profound because for me, I see it as angel signals. Sometimes people will see coins or feathers or birds or certain symbols that represent angelic contact. For me, it's white feathers. So that was just a really cool, awesome, how did she know, you know what I mean, out of the mouth of babes, you know what I mean? And I felt that sense of relief, and that I was protected, and I was going to be okay, and it was okay to feel sad, but I wouldn't always be in that place. So again, Angel Realm, cool thing to learn how to focus, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything to do that. Of course, you can get some cool angel cards to work with to help you with that process. I also, of course, work with my clients in this capacity and help teach them about using that process even more effectively in your own life. Because the more you tune into it, the more of it shows up, where it just becomes no surprise to you anymore. I get white feathers all the time. Whenever I'm stressed or worried or fearful, boom, I see white feathers in the weirdest places. So I'm telling you, I gave up. My logical mind had to give up on that. It's random. It's not random. There's deeper messages to it. So again, another method for being safe in this world, tuning into the angelic realm. So highly recommended. Anyway, so good news is this. There's going to be a part 3 to this video series. I want to talk next month about animal totems and how you can use animal totems as a form of protection as well. So there will be a part 3 to this video. If you're not already getting my every other month column at Blogspot, you can email me, venturasag@yahoo.com, get added to the mailing list so you can get the every other month free column that I write. Obviously subscribe to my YouTube videos if you like them, and pass them on to others as well. And information about my services for one-on-one sessions in office in Phoenix, as well as by phone, and my books and all the other good stuff, all available at jimventura.com. So, all right, boys and girls, happy August, and may the angels protect you, because you're worth protecting. Cheers.